Property millionaires, they're not rare and they're no different from the rest of us. But somehow they've managed to amass dozens and sometimes hundreds of properties in a relatively short time. How? Because they have the techniques to funnel money, assets and wealth to themselves, while the rest of us are trying to work out how to take the first step. The same techniques used by these people work the world over. The proven strategies, plans and rules, the right property selections, plus maths and the effect of compounding work equally well in every location. Today, the average net worth of a household in Australia is around $900,000. If that's what people can do with their eyes closed, imagine what they can do with their eyes open with the right knowledge and plan. It worked for people like real estate tycoon Bojan Darvanitsa, a self-made Brisbane man who accumulated more than 300 properties, all in Brisbane. Bojan was an investor who, over his lifetime, owned more than $200 million worth of property. And then there was Compolites, the king of real estate in Adelaide, who owned hundreds of houses and commercial buildings in the city. Anyone who's been to Adelaide will have seen the scores of blue and white signs outside his buildings. Con rose to prominence from being a market gardener, and whenever he purchased a city building, he would immediately erect a sign to indicate the building's ownership. The end result was a city emblazoned with hundreds of blue and white Polites signs. During the 80s in Melbourne and Sydney, there was an Italian-Australian named Sam Bombardier who amassed a property portfolio of 135 commercial buildings and 150 residential properties, all of which he owned outright. He also owned a large part of Brookvale in Sydney. Beyond our shores, there's the story of Harry Hemsley, who truly lived the American dream. He was a self-made property billionaire who owned a ridiculous 100,000 apartments, 27 hotels, and 100 million square feet of commercial space, including the Empire State Building at one time. The Helmsley formula for real estate success? Invest in real estate and then sell it to yourself. That means he worked hard to buy the best properties and then held them for a long time, making money out of managing and leasing them out. Talking about the American dream, there was another property investor who made his mark in the US named Sam Lefrak. By the early 1990s, he owned more than 94,000 apartments. Sam's name has gone down in American history as one of the heroes of real estate. Donald Bren is another self-made real estate millionaire who created a fortune in California, comprising 46.5 million square feet of office properties, 160 whole apartment buildings, and more than 40 retail centres. He is also known to own 5 marinas, 3 golf courses, and 3 hotel resorts, and a 97.3% stake in New York City's MetLife building, worth nearly $3 billion. What makes Bren's accomplishment more astonishing is that he was an individual, not a multinational corporation. Back here in Sydney, Australia, there was another real estate millionaire reputed to have owned more than 900 houses in his lifetime. His name was Fred Johnston. But all of these property millionaires have one thing in common. They have a proven strategy. I know today it might sound absurd to many of you, especially if you are struggling with multiple jobs and long working hours to make ends meet. But the truth is that significant wealth and financial security are available for almost every Australian. All you need is access to the knowledge, plans and rules used by these real estate tycoons. Canterbury Property Services shows how you can start with your first property investment and how that can turn into a platform for future wealth and asset growth. This is done by creating a plan based on your ambitions, financial goals, your current equity, and your overall starting financial position. Before you know it, you'll be able to get on with the important things in life and spend less time worrying about your future. Investing in real estate with a proven system can deliver a level of wealth and income not available to others. To know more, you can visit canterburyservices.com.au.